Welcome back to the Saturday Show 97.5, the KSL Sports Zone. I'm Christian Esparza, Alex Napoles with me. Alex, let's talk Utah football. It's been a while. We hit it hard like 2 weeks ago, right? And then last week we talked some BYU. The first segment we talked some BYU. Second segment we talked some BYU. But let's get back into Utah.
Let's do it.
They, of course, opened training camp earlier this week as well. Wednesday was the first day of camp. Sounds like it's going well. Sunshine and roses up on the U. I know they have big expectations this year. They are fully expecting a bounce-back season after 2 seasons of disappointment.
It's kind of crazy that at this point we hear more about the expectations for Utah and about Vegas picking them as one of the favorites more so than the disappointments that have been the last 2 years.
Yeah,
and I think that bodes well for Utah.
Does it?
I think it does, because you kind of have this opportunity now to get it off your back, and you just move forward with your program, and you kind of put the disappointment that really was last season in the rearview mirror. Just learn from those mistakes, and you move forward with what hopefully will be a good bounce back year. A lot of people, national people, have them as one of their big bounce back teams this season. So I think the conversation has really changed for Utah from will they, won't they come back? Will they, won't they be back? To this could be a good year for Utah.
I get your point, but let me ask you this. What happened to Utah the last time they had expectations?
Cam Rising got pushed into a Gatorade cooler.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They were supposed to come in and run the Big 12, remember?
Yeah.
They went 5-7. And they won 2 conference games?
But if history tells us so, if history says, look, BYU went their first season in the Big 12?
Oh, I don't remember.
They're 5-7.
Was it 5-7?
They're 5-7.
That's right. They were one game away from
bowl eligibility. And what did they do last year?
11 wins.
There you go.
I get it. I will say they have the talent. They have the coach. Whittingham, I have no doubt in my mind he knows what he's doing. The defense is going to be the best defense in the conference. Again, they were last year. Even if their numbers don't statistically show it.
Now, and that's exactly what I was going to say. They even last year they were good defensively, but they weren't the Utah team that we know them to be defensively.
Well, the defense was always on the field, so they were tired.
Yeah, exactly. But the turnover numbers were low.
Yeah.
I feel like even the sacks, they were struggling to get to the quarterback.
I'm expecting a bounce back. I want to temper expectations because ultimately it is a question mark on offense.
It is, but I'm still fully in the realm of that Utah is a contender this year.
They could be. But yeah.
Utah is a contender this year. So is BYU, though. Nothing has changed.
Think so?
Nothing has changed my opinion with BYU being a contender, even with the quarterback battle.
Look at that. You're all in.
Yeah, man.
No, I think, and we talked about it, like I said, 2 weeks ago, we did go heavy on this, especially with the schedule breaking the way that it did for Utah. If the offense is anywhere as good as we think it's going to be, and notice how I said think it's going to be, they are going to be contending for a Big 12 title. Let's listen to some sound. Speaking of new offense, new quarterback, let's hear what Devin Dampier had to say. This is from Wednesday, first day of training camp.
Glad to be with the boys. I mean, this is what you dream for. So getting closer to the season, we got high expectations during these practices, and I think we made a good impression first day.
It seemed like in spring there was a good amount of energy of trying to just get after it. How different is it in fall knowing that there's a game in a moment?
Yeah, we practice in a way that's very safe, but at the end of the day, we're still going 100%. So it's definitely the way we have it structured. We're still allowed to go 100% while still having safe practices. So practices are real.
Devin, do you have to take a different approach with your leadership and being more assertive now that it's fall camp and the season is right around the corner?
Yeah, I try to be the same person throughout the year, but, obviously we have new people that just got here. So just to be able to give them that impression and get them caught on, they got a shorter amount of time to get with the program. So just to make sure we're emphasizing that's the leadership that I'm on right now.
Is there anything that's really kind of changed or evolved about Coach Beck's offense coming from New Mexico to here?
I mean, just small tweaks. Coach Beck is the coach that, he looks for the best out of his players, and, he finds a way to get them in their best situation. So, different guys can do different things, and, we explore those talents.
You have a lot of new receivers. Obviously, Tobias and Larry are there. What have you kind of done to help bring them along, get them acclimated to Utah and so forth?
Yeah, just the extra work. Summer, we're not allowed to be with the coaches, and just to tell those guys, hey, let's go outside and work. And, I mean, they were there every day that we did those type of practices. So, they're willing to grind.
Do you have anything specifically that you want to work on during these next few weeks leading up to the first game?
Yeah, just continue. I mean, you're never going to be 100%. You're never going to be perfect. So just continue to learn the game. And right now, just connection with the receivers. Again, we got a bunch of new guys, so just be able to make that connection right now.
What's your first impression of Merriweather?
Tobias is the guy. He came out here, and obviously he stood out today. So, huge kudos to him. But he's going to be ready at UCLA for sure.
There you go. That is QB1 for the Utes, Devin Dampier. He was the Mountain West Conference Player of the Year last year. Of course, follows Jason Beck to Utah.
There's no questions for me on Devin Dampier. And what I mean by that is he sounds energized. He sounds hyped. He sounds like a great leader. A lot of people have had a lot of really great things to say about Devin Dampier, the coaching staff, the players alike. He's come in and he's bought into Whittingham and Whittingham's philosophies and the coach, the attitude of coaching up there on the hill. He's completely bought in. I have no questions on Devin Dampier. My question is the wide receivers.
I don't care about wide receivers.
Who's gonna step up? Because yes, he's a dual threat quarterback. He's gonna be running all over the place, but I still think you need to have that balance, and you need to find success in the passing game for this offense to really bounce back.
I said I don't care in jest, just because we haven't seen wide receivers matter in Utah the last several years, and part of that is because of the circumstances at the quarterback position.
Yes,
right? I totally agree. The ground game sounds like it's set. But
with Wayshawn Parker too.
With Wayshawn Parker and Devin Dampier both.
And Rogers, the other running back that they brought in. The running game, no questions for me.
Should not be an issue.
Exactly.
But even if you have a quarterback and multiple running backs that can do damage on the ground, you need to be able to move the ball through the air somewhat. Otherwise, the RPO doesn't work.
Exactly.
Run, pass, option. If you can't pass, nobody cares. They're going to sell out and stop the run.
Yeah, that and defenses won't respect your passing game.
Right. You need to have a respectful passing game for the RPO to work.
What happened last year to Bernard? Everybody knew he was going to run.
He still put up 1,000 yards.
He still had an incredible season. Don't get me wrong. I think at moments, Mekhi Bernard really put that offense on his back and created for Utah.
Quite literally.
But it was for a reason, right? The teams were stacking the box. Teams weren't respecting Utah's passing game, and so that's another reason why we know the run game is going to be good, but you need to have that balance in the passing game, and for defenses to respect the passing game, to open up lanes for your running game.
Yeah. I also want to talk about this as we wrap up this segment. Sounds like Smith Snowden is going to be getting some reps on offense.
Lander
Barton. You tell me your thoughts, and then I'll tell you how I feel.
I think it's fine. It's talking to Steve Bartle yesterday. He filled in for JJ and Alex, and they had a conversation about it on the show last night. And he mentioned they're trying to find. He played it jokingly. He said they're trying to find their Travis Hunter, but in reality, their focus is still going to be completely on the defense.
Right.
It's not going to be like Travis Hunter, where he's in every single snap and he's playing on both sides every single play. It's just going to be kind of like a gadget play, and they're going to come in and they're going to try to make some plays on offense.
Interesting. My initial thoughts were a bit of a worry. Like, are you lacking in weapons and athleticism that much that you need to turn to defensive players?
Yeah.
Especially Lander Barton. And I like Lander Barton. I think he is a complete stud. I think he has what it takes to be the best linebacker in the Big 12. No offense to Glasgow and Jack Kelly. All those guys are animals. I think Lander Barton can be the best one out of the three of them. We haven't seen Lander Barton play offense since high school.
Yeah.
He's not like a little quick guy that's going to come in, So I don't know what kind of gadget plays you're running. I mean, I'm sure you're probably going to put him at a tight end or something.
Exactly. Like, I seem like a Caleb Lohner, just a tall dude who's going to get up in the end zone and catch it and bring it down for a touchdown.
And that can be fun. It just worries me that they don't already have that on offense and that they're kind of looking for other players to do that. Who was the guy last year that was the running back? He had the touchdown against SUU on the wheel route.
Oh,
Dijon Stanley.
Yeah, there you go.
That's what I'm thinking of when I think gadget player, right? You put him in the backfield, you run a wheel route, and he scores a 75-yard touchdown twice.
Mm-hmm. Smith Snowden has the athleticism to do
Smith
so.
can be that, right?
Yes.
But so do you not have another receiver or running back that can come in and do that? Well, like, why do you need to turn to defensive players?
But it's also not been an uncommon thing for Utah over the course of the last couple of years, because you go back to even 2 years ago,
Sione
Vaki, who's starting safety, and he came in and he did a phenomenal job at running back.
And part of that was due to injury because all the other running backs got hurt.
Right.
So I get it.
This isn't something new. It's something new maybe for Smith Snowden, for Landon Barton, who we necessarily haven't seen on the offense, but they did it with Vaki. They did it with. Did they do it with Devon Bailey?
Yes, they did it with Devon Bailey. They had him on multiple positions on the offensive end. I believe there was only a handful of snaps that they did for the defensive side, but Devon Bailey was in multiple positions for Utah.
Do you remember Mekhi Bernard in the Rose Bowl playing cornerback? Man, come on. They've done it.
I get it.
They've done it.
I'm just curious. So all of those were things that happened mid-season.
Right.
I don't know. We don't know because we don't get to watch practice. I wonder how much during training camp Sione Vaki lined up at running back. I don't know if that was a mid-season adjustment because of injuries or if it's something they had always been planning on. My other thing with Lander Barton that is a worry is he's been injured the last 2 years.
Yes.
So I want to be as cautious as I can, not limit him with a snap count on defense, but are you really willing to risk another injury this year for a guy that hasn't been able to stay healthy just to run a trick play or a gadget play or something that you don't, quote unquote, need him out there for? So we'll see. And maybe this doesn't get used. Maybe it's just training camp talk. But I do think it is noteworthy.
I think Lander Barton will see, and I don't know, I could be completely wrong, but I think we'll see him a little bit less. But I think Smith Snowden will probably do quite a bit.
Yeah, I could see it.
Because Smith Snowden has that athleticism.
Yeah, he's a completely different build, right? And I don't know, they brought in Nate Johnson again, who's coming in. Did they ever list his position? Is he a running back or an athlete? Wide receiver. Really? Or a quarterback? Nobody knows. That's the thing. He's a gadget player.
Right.
So that's what I assume Nate Johnson would be. So is he just not working for these gadget plays and they need to turn to Smith? I don't know. I have a lot of questions about this.
I'm curious what Nate Johnson's role will be with this team this season, for sure.
Yeah, because, again, I assume that he was the gadget player, the Dijon Stanley, the whatever.
Right. On the official roster, he is listed as an athlete.
Right.
So.
Mystery.
I am curious to see what type of, what he will bring and what type of, just, I guess, the attitude of coming in and he was a quarterback when he left, coming back, and now he's going to be your athlete. He's going to be a guy who's going to come in and do...
Nate Johnson.
Nate Johnson. Do a whole bunch of things.
I mean, it's not... Going back to Lander Barton again, just thinking, I remember J.J. Watt did it during one of his big Defensive Player of the Year seasons in the NFL. They lined him up at tight end, and he caught some touchdowns. So that's what I would envision for him. For Smith Snowden, you're thinking... maybe lining up in the slot, running some motions, some misdirection. Maybe you're going to have
some wheel routes,
some wheel routes out of the backfield.
Exactly.
Maybe you're going to have him throw the ball. I don't know. It could get interesting there. Don't have him throw the ball. Who was that? Was it Alford? Was that his name last year? The big transfer from Syracuse. He was huge.
Yes.
And the only snap that he got in all season was on a trick play.
Yep.
And he threw the ball and he threw an interception. Oh, that was horrible. Throw it away. It's my biggest pet peeve.
I forgot that happened.
When you run the little reverse pass to the wide receiver and they feel like they have to throw in a triple coverage. That guy has 3 defenders on it. I'm a wide receiver, but I could fit it in.
Yep. And now he'll, statistically go down as going 0 for 1 and an interception, man.
Awful.
I love it.
But yeah, I guess maybe they busted out week 1 at UCLA, or maybe they save it for the final game of the season. Maybe they save it for BYU. How about that?
I think it's this UCLA game is super, 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 super important for Utah, man.
Yeah.
Not only do you have to pass the eye test, you just have to pass the test. You got to go out there. You got to win. Because UCLA is picked to finish, I think they were picked to finish last in the Big Ten, man.
And no offense to my friends down in Cedar City, but UCLA is no SUU.
Yeah, no.
Utah's opening game last year.
Yeah, absolutely not.
What was the final of that game? 49-0.
Yeah.
You're not going to get that with UCLA. It's an actual football team that you have to wake up for. So I think it's a good week 1 test for Dampier in the offense.
100%.
All right, let's take a break. Coming up next on the other side, we'll get into some other things we didn't talk about on the show, including the Jazz releasing a new court. We'll hit that next. It's the Saturday Show, 97.5, the KSL Sports Zone.
5, 5, 5, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 minutes.
Only 5 minutes.
Everybody got that?
Oh, yeah. It's all coming together.
Get on with it. Tick tock, tick tock, tick tock. Yes, get on with it.
All right, welcome back to the Saturday Show, 97.5, the KSL Sports Zone. It's time for 5 minutes of Alex running out of time on the show. Still got some things we want to talk about. First off, let's hit this back to the Luka Doncic monster contract extension. The other reason that it's beneficial for him to sign this now, it's a max contract, right? But when this deal is up, if he is still happy in LA, he will be able to sign a super max contract, which is going to be worth 450 something million. And of course, he wouldn't be seeing that money come in until the later part of the decade, but that is on the table now because of this.
Yeah. Again, I think everything about this is very positive for Luka Doncic.
Yeah.
Because now you have that ability to go supermax, and you have the ability to set yourself up very, very nicely for the rest of your life.
In case you missed it, Luka Doncic, 3 years, $165 million contract extension with the Los Angeles Lakers. That third year is a player option, so won't be a free agent next summer, committing to the Lakers. And in 2028, he will have the option to sign a 5-year, $417 million deal. That's huge. That's crazy.
And that's only if the player option is declined come 2028.
And we saw that there were a couple players this year that declined an option. Oh, it was Jokic. He didn't decline an option, but he could have signed an extension this summer, but he declined to sign anything this summer because by waiting a year, he can get even more money.
If it's declined, he will be eligible for up to 5 years in a projected $417 million contract.
There you go.
Yeah.
Little development going on in Cleveland. Something to keep an eye on. Shedeur Sanders, quarterback, being held out of team drills on Saturday today due to shoulder soreness. And the reason I bring this up, Alex, is I don't want to dive too much into the Browns quarterback battle. 1, because it makes me nauseous. 2, because you never know what's going on, right? But mainly because it makes me sick when you have Joe Flacco, Kenny Pickett, Dylan Gabriel, and Shedeur Sanders competing for QB1. Anyways, no, the reason I want to talk about this is the wording. So Adam Schefter says, held out of team drills today due to what the team is calling shoulder soreness. And I'm saying that with air quotes. Schefter didn't put that. Due to what the team is calling shoulder soreness. Doesn't that seem a little fishy?
Is that code for something, Christian?
That's how I'm reading into it. And Schefter knows what he's doing.
Oh, yeah.
So maybe this is a nothing burger. Maybe Shedeur Sanders' shoulder really is sore. We just saw Kenny Pickett miss the early part of training camp because of a hamstring injury. He's back now. Maybe Shedeur's shoulder really is hurt. But the way I read into this, somebody sniffing around, somebody calling the Browns up saying, hey, we'll trade for Shedeur, but don't let him practice anymore. Don't risk the injury. We'll trade for him. I could see it.
I could see it too, man. It's already a packed quarterback room as it is. you have 2 rookies, right? You drafted Dylan Gabriel and Shedeur. Someone's got to be the odd man out. And I think it might be Shedeur.
I would think it's Dylan Gabriel. I mean, just based on college tape, I really never liked Gabriel. I'm also not a fan of Pickett, for what it's worth, either. They brought in Flacco and Kenny Pickett as free agents this year.
Right.
So these guys are all new additions to the team. They brought in Flacco, Pickett, and then drafted, like you said, Dylan Gabriel in the 3rd round, Shedeur in the 5th. So, yeah, they're not going to keep all 4 of these guys, unless maybe the practice squad or whatever. But I don't know. I wouldn't be shocked if somebody wants to trade for Shedeur.
I wouldn't. I mean, I would, but I wouldn't. And I feel like getting traded away right before you take a single snap, even in a preseason game, it's kind of brutal. But it's
brutal falling in the 5th round.
It's brutal the way he fell in the 5th round. And like I said, when you have 4 guys in that room, someone's got to be the odd man out, and something tells me it's going to be Shedeur.
By something, you mean Schefter?
Yeah. By Adam Schefter coming out and tweeting what the team calls, you know? It's a weird way to put it.
Yeah.
You know, it's a weird way to word it. So we'll see what happens, but...
And again, maybe this is just a legit shoulder injury, but we'll see.
If and if it is, we hope nothing but a speedy recovery for Shedeur Sanders.
Some Jazz news. Former Jazzman Johnny Juzang signs with the Minnesota Jazzer Wolves. That's crazy.
Yes.
That's Rudy, Joe Ingles, Mike Conley. They had Nickeil Alexander-Walker, but he left.
Yep.
Joe Ingles is... I don't know what happened with his contract, if he's back or if he's still there.
I think he's still there.
That's literally a third of the team.
Yeah, man. That would have been 5 ex-Jazz players, counting Nickeil Alexander-Walker.
Yeah, out of a 15-man roster.
Yep. He's still there. He's still in Minnesota.
Joe Ingles?
Joe Ingles.
So Johnny Juzang, I mean, look, it's a guy who can shoot threes off the bench. That's value. That is a valuable role. Shooting is what really hurt the Timberwolves in the playoffs. So, I think it's a good fit. Good for Johnny. He gets to go play for a contender.
I think most importantly, it's good for Johnny getting picked up after he was waived by the Jazz, and now he'll get to continue his career with Minnesota. And like you mentioned, they're contenders, and if things work out the way Minnesota wants them to work out this season, Johnny Juzang could end up with a ring at the end of it.
Yeah.
So
theoretically.
Good for him, man.
Sticking with the Jazz, they revealed first they put an official video out showcasing their new jerseys, which we all knew were coming this year, right? We saw the black, we saw the purple mountain, but specifically this year, what's going to be new is the white mountain jerseys.
And it looks really nice.
Everybody's excited for it. I think the purple looks great on the white. I think they're going to look beautiful. But the Jazz also released a new court design. Again, leaning into the purple. It's a light-colored hardwood with the light purple around the baseline and then purple in the paint also, and then the purple Jazz note at the middle. There's also a faint mountain design in the background. It also looks like behind the mountain there's a weird overlay of like a triangle.
It's like another... It's like they try to layer another mountain on top of it.
Except it's a perfect triangle.
Yeah.
That's my only issue with this court. I think the triangle looks a little silly. Because you can see like the shading towards the top and then the bottom right and bottom left corners. And it's like, I don't know. For me, it's one of those things that's supposed to be a background detail, but once you notice it, you can't unsee it. It looks like a little Illuminati-y. But low-key, I mean, the court is beautiful. Especially, you know what I like also? Seeing the Delta Center logo right there.
Oh, yeah.
I think that's great. And the purple is just a nice... I love this shade of purple.
Yes.
It really pops. And I think they did a great job of finding a shade that, showcases the purple that they had in the past, but it's also a little different. It's a little maybe more blue-ish. And it just, like I said, it pops. It's vibrant.
I think it's one of the reasons why I love the branding of the Mammoth so much is because they absolutely nailed the color shades.
Yeah.
And now I can say the same thing about the Utah Jazz. That purple, the way the purple pops on the white on the white jerseys, it looks so nice. The purple one looks amazing. The way the court pops with the purple, and you got a little streak of mountain blue in there, man. You notice that?
No.
There's some mountain blue on that court.
Oh my gosh, yeah, in the key. Yeah.
There's some mountain blue on the court. And so the shades, I know this is like a weird thing to say and like to talk about, but the shades, they absolutely nailed it, man. And everything about it pops to me. And it looks phenomenal. I'm excited to see the Jazz court in action. I'm excited to see the new jerseys in action, and to go from the yellow highlighter era to this, it's a major upgrade.
It really is. And a lot of other people around the station, I'm not going to drop names, but they don't care about the jerseys. And you know what? I care. Because if you're going to lose, if you're going to,
At
youth
least
development.
if you're going to lose, look good and lose in style.
Yeah.
Look good doing it.
If you're going to finish with the worst record in the NBA, look good doing it. And we don't know exactly what their plans are next year. We spent a lot of speculating about it. But their pick is top 8 protected.
Yeah.
So it's safe to assume that they're not going to be great. And even if they wanted to be great, I don't know that they have the pieces to immediately be great. But you know what? In a couple years, when they are making the playoffs, I think, and the Jazz brand is back, in talking circles around the NBA, they already are. We saw even with them just selecting Ace Bailey, the Jazz got so much national media talk during the draft cycle.
I agree.
And now you see the purple logo and the mountain jerseys and everybody. I think when the Jazz are relevant again, everybody's going to kind of take note and say, man, those jerseys are sick.
You got a good brand to go with it now. I think overall I'm just happy that they've moved on from the highlighter yellow, because I feel like it was
ugly.
The black jersey, I guess, was sort of nice, but when it came to the highlighter yellow branding, it just didn't feel Utah.
See, it really wasn't sort of nice. It was just the best of the three.
Yes.
You were forced to say that was the best. But you're right. It
didn't feel Utah.
It had no connection to the Jazz's past at all. It just felt like completely out of left field.
Right.
Just super simple, black and white and yellow. No, background, no shapes, no design really.
Right.
It's just so simplistic. And these new jerseys are a complete diversion of that. And they still, they don't look junky. It's not like they have too much going on.
No.
But it's a very nice design, and it's like you're saying, it's Utah.
Yes.
The mountains mean something to us here. My wife still gets annoyed at me because every single time I see, the Salt Lake Mountains, the valley, I'm like, look how beautiful that is. Like, these mountains mean something to us here in Utah.
100%.
And the Jazz having that on their jerseys just showcases, like, they are part of our culture here. And that matters. That matters to the fans. It matters to the organization. It means something.
100%. That them going back and adding the mountains and changing up the color schemes, it screams Utah now. And I think a lot of people now can, the old fans who used to watch the Stockton Malone era, they can now resonate with those jerseys. And I feel like as you bring in the newer fans, the younger kids, you bring them in and you show them the mountains, and they can resonate with that, because the mountains are just such an important part of what makes Utah.
I like these stripes on the shorts right there.
Yeah.
I think a lot of times shorts look weird because they're just blank. And it's not noisy, but it's a little detail that just adds some pop to the shorts.
Exactly. So. Everything about this rebrand, love it.
Dare I say perfect?
I would not disagree.
There's even some mountain blue on these shorts.
That's what I'm saying, man. They've snuck in some mountain blue. The ties to the,
That's an Easter egg.
Trying to tie themselves in with the mammoth there. It's nice, man.
That's a cameo.
Exactly. Exactly what it is. And again, man, the branding just looks so great, and I'm excited to see these in action.
All right, we got to take a break. Coming up next, we will wrap the show up. Stay with us. It's the Saturday Show, 97.5, the KSL Sports Zone. Welcome back to the Saturday Show, 97.5, the KSL Sports Zone. I'm Christian Esparza, Alex Napoles with me. Thank you for making us a part of your Saturday morning. Whether you're going to watch Fantastic Four or you're grilling up some burgers, hope you have some awesome Saturday plans.
whatever you got going on, make it great. I probably will go watch Fantastic Four tomorrow.
I went and saw it. It was okay. It was.
Come on.
If you're an MCU fan, you'll probably like it. I mean, I wouldn't recommend Joe Schmo, who doesn't like Marvel movies, to go watch it.
Do you not like Marvel movies?
No, I love them.
Oh, okay.
I'm just saying I recognize that a lot of our audience might not, right?
Yeah, that's fair.
But if you're super big into it, then yeah, it's probably the best Marvel movie they've put out since Guardians 3.
I like Thunderbolts.
I will say it is
still need to
probably
see
the best Fantastic Four movie that's ever been put out. So I'll put that out there too.
There you
Yeah, that's not a very high bar.
Hey, but it's still the best.
So yeah, I think you'll enjoy it. I think you will.
I'll probably go watch it tomorrow. I'll catch it tomorrow.
On the station, RSL, today they had the big win on Wednesday. They are back in action tonight. They're going to be, that's an old schedule. They played San Jose last week. They beat Chicho.
They beat Chicho, yeah. They've got the 2-1 win over San Jose last week. So it's a 2-2 draw in full time against Club America on Wednesday. You end up going to the penalty shootout. Rafa Cabral comes up, makes up 3 huge saves to take down the most popular team in North America,
right,
in your home stadium. I think it's a massive, massive win for Real Salt Lake. It's unfortunate because I feel like the opportunities were there for them to take all 3 points and win in regulation. But nonetheless, you still get the win in the penalty shootout in this Leagues Cup tournament, and now you face San Luis.
San Luis tonight.
Here at home, yeah.
Those are fun games against the what league is it? Is it the Liga MX?
Liga MX. All the teams from Mexico coming over and playing MLS sides here in Leagues Cup. That's the tournament. It's a brutal way to in order to qualify for the next round. So you have 18 teams from MLS. You have 18 teams from Liga MX going head to head, and then only the top 4 teams from both leagues make it into the quarterfinals.
Right.
So it's going to be really hard to qualify regardless.
But the payoff is worth it.
It is. There's Champions League spots on the line, some money, incentives on the line, and so plus you got to expand your brand by playing all these Liga MX teams.
Yeah, and getting exposure, and then of course, like you said, these are very popular teams here,
Yes.
especially in Utah. I mean, there's big followings for these Liga MX teams, so they draw crowds.
It was rowdy, man.
And yeah, Wednesday night I'm sure was crazy. I saw some highlights from Saturday night, even from Chicho Arango's return with San Jose. Like, those games are very fun to go to. So
absolutely,
get out and go see it. Bees also at OKC tonight. Bees are going to be at 6 o'clock RSL, 6:30 pregame, 7:30 first kick. RSL will be on 97.5 and the Bees will be on 1280. Quick news with the Royals.
Yeah, man. Ali Sentnor getting traded to Kansas City.
That's huge. Their best player.
By far their best player. And
one of the best. I mean, she
rising
is
talent. Yeah, rising talent for the U.S. women's national team.
Yeah.
She's been getting a lot of opportunities with the national team lately. And like I said, by far their best player and making a historic move, a historic trade to the Kansas City Current, man.
On her way to Kansas City. One of the biggest sale prices ever for
a women's soccer player, yep.
And it was $600,000?
Yep. 600,000, that'll be spread out over the next couple years. But a very shocking move that came out of left field.
Royals are struggling to find their consistency, man. I mean, last year they went through the head coaching thing.
Yes.
And fired their coach. Was it like 3/4 of the way through the seation? Or midway?
It was like half, yeah.
And now they're transferring one of their best players. That's hard. And that's their first 2 years, right?
Yes.
Back in last year was their first year back, and then now their second year. And
hasn't been the strongest return for the Royals. And you know me, Christian, I'm a big soccer guy. I love to watch soccer, and I'll watch just about anything you throw in front of me that's soccer related. But I'm having a really hard time trying to figure out the direction that this Royals team wants to go. And I feel like if you're struggling to find your identity and you're struggling to find a direction, it's hard to bring in fans.
Yes, and selling your best player
doesn't help you.
Does not help. So I am curious to see what the process is here. I mean, I'm sure they have some sort of plan, right? But we'll see. That is a tough move. And the Royals play tomorrow. That's going to be Oh, do they play tomorrow?
They do play tomorrow. Or no, Sunday. They play tomorrow.
Oh, again, old schedule. There we go. Come on.
They'll play tomorrow.
They play against Orlando.
They're taking a trip to Orlando on the road. And then next week on the 8th.
That's at 4, by the way.
Yes.
Tomorrow.
And then next week, the Royals welcome Ali Sentnor back.
Nice. Are they going to give her a tribute video?
I have no idea. As Kansas City
That's quick.
plays, yeah. Literally a week after getting traded.
Wow.
Hopefully they'll be able to fill America First. Welcome her back.
Yeah.
Stay tuned. We'll see how that goes. Okay, thanks for listening. We will catch you next Saturday. It's the Saturday Show, 97.5, the KSL Sports Zone.
The weekend.
It's a beautiful morning. Go home. Go.
Peace, we out! In case I don't see ya, good afternoon, good evening, and good night.